Good morning, everyone. There's a little chair that's gonna show up in the frame. Sorry for that. But I have my coffee. I already drank my hot water. My dad made me this coffee, which is awesome. And behind me you can see the tree that I planted with my dad when I was 9 years old. We got it at Scotty's for $7 because it was really small, yay high, and now it's super tall. And now I was also thinking is a lovely time to plant anything if you have access to outdoors. It's a nice idea. We'll talk about Viveka this morning and do a short practice on clear seeing Viveka. And if you look at the sky, I can show you. You can see the clouds. And then if I tilt to show you the water of the pool, you can also see that it's pretty smooth. There's not a lot of ripples on the water. There's not a lot of wind. Similar to the retention pond where we have some alligators. I believe an alligator has started her family there. They're very gentle overall. They don't do much. The one time I did see her going after a duck, and I had to, stand back, but of course offer my love to the duck. Anyway, so up in the sky we have the clouds and we see the ripples on the water, or these tiny ripples, or it's smooth and clear. And when we think of what the ripples are, there's that metaphor in yoga, if you're practiced in yoga or if this is new to you. Basically, we call it Viveka when we say in the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali, it's Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. And this means that we are doing yoga. Yoga is a practice of stilling the ripples of the mind, or stilling the vibrations of the mind. Similar to being what we see, the water on the pool, of the pool, at the top of the water. When it can reflect clearly, we know we are clear seeing, and we call that clear seeing Viveka. And in these times, especially when there's a lot happening, right, and it's unpredictable, and you're sharing this space with your brother and your kids and your pets, and it's too much, or your partner, or whoever it is, and you love these people, but it's also like, there's a lot going on. We tend to observe things through a lens of tightness and of ripples, so that what we're perceiving may not actually reflect reality of intentions of people around us. And that's why the practice of yoga is especially helpful, because it allows us to remember that, first of all, that, wait a second, maybe I'm taking this personally when I really don't need to. Or maybe I'm picking up this battle in my family, or in my circumstance, or in my job right now with, I don't know what, to transfer online to what, you said yesterday this. And when we're bouncing from here to there, it helps us to remember, what, that might be happening right now. And even that simple awareness, that self-observation, svadhyaya, we understand, okay, let me not be taken away by this experience. Let me actually be the one that is, delivering my agency, using my consciousness more carefully here, so that when we need the fight or flight, when we need to create the ripples, which there are times for it, right? It's used mindfully rather than flippantly and frivolously. And so let's practice a simple breathing practice and a little bit of movement to start. Maybe I'll stand. I'll take a little sip of my coffee. Where you are, just noticing how you feel. Relaxing the palms open, ground down through the feet. I also want to just say, yesterday when we did the yoga journal webinar live, it was so lovely. 149 people live together. Was one of the best things ever, just to feel united as a group and practicing something gentle. So thanking yourself already. Thank you to all of you. Ground through the feet. Can you see them? Lift the toes, widen them. Open the palms. The heart opens. Inhale, lift up overhead, up toward the sky. So imagining the sky is a place of clarity. Exhale, bow forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lifting. You can always just fold halfway if that feels best for you. This way. Exhale, fold. Ground through the feet. So I tend to roll onto the backs of my heels. So when I'm doing this, try to keep the weight grounded in the balls of your feet. Root through the feet as you lift to stand, arms wide, around and up. Taking in space, see if you can look again, imagining the ceiling or sky is a place to look for clarity. So Viveka. And exhale, palms to your heart. One more time, breathe in, wide, around and up with the arms, take in space and clarity. Exhale, fold all the way down, keeping the weight evenly distributed. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold or stay half lifted. Ground through the feet, lift to stand all the way. So even weight to the inseams. As you look up, observing clarity, knowing that it's possible. And exhale, palms to your heart. Tadasana. One more time, breathe in, lift. Clarity. Breathe out, let go. Breathe in, half lift or stay. Breathe out, let go. Weight even in the feet as you lift towards clarity. Exhale, palms to the heart. Let the gaze come down, looking ahead of you. See if you can keep that softness in gaze, the clarity that you might feel in the eyes. So almost like you're looking through the backs of the eyes rather than the surface level of the eyes. So this concept of the ripples, right? When we think of the mind stuff and the things that are getting in the way, if we can imagine that we're looking from the back or from the base through, it's almost like this, power, this superpower of being able to see through clearly, consciously, in a state of humility, and in a state of balance. Let the eyes close. You can bring the palms to face up, resting on the thighs if they're crossed, or if you're sitting on a chair, also fine. And if your ankles feel any pressure, you can always take lotus, so you can cross the feet into one another, so Padmasana. And that the reason why lotus is a helpful posture is not just because it looks like a pretzel. I can scoot back and show you. It's because it also supports the ankles when you're sitting on the ground. So when you can sit in a Padmasana, the ankles are no longer pressured onto the ground and they don't experience bruising. But it does take a little bit of flexibility, and it does take a little bit of practice, because otherwise you could create undue pressure in other ways. But this is a Padmasana. Otherwise you can take a half Padmasana, or you can take a regular cross-legged seat, this comfortable seat. So relax the eyes. You can let the eyes look ahead at a point, or you can keep the eyes closed, lift the shoulders, open the heart, exhale, relax down. Even in this, breathing in, lifting the shoulders, drawing to mind, Exhale, relax the shoulders down, drawing to mind any kind of circumstance that might be creating a ripple. Breathe in, open. Exhale, relax. So you're drawing to mind something in your personal circumstance that might be creating a ripple. Smiling, bowing toward it, just knowing that we all face these obstacles, right? These ripples of the mind. We all are, in our own unique circumstances. You can let the hands rest again. Soften the jaw, relax. Tongue to the bottom of the mouth. You can open, close the jaw, widen jaw. And again, tuning in, so it seems counterintuitive to look at the thoughts or the ripples in the mind that might actually be causing more frustration, but by looking at them, by observing them, we can then move from being in them to stepping behind them. It's like you're watching a television screen, or maybe the sound of a debate, right, that you might watch on TV, and you just can step behind it and watch. Let the breath be normal and delicious. Now see if you can look at, and we've practiced this a little before, but the space between the thoughts. The space between the ripples, where there's clarity. It's just a practice. So if it creates more of a crunch in your body and mind, you can let go and simply go back to observing your thoughts. So you can stay with this practice as long as you like. Otherwise, we can also consider how we can take agency. So you can bring the palms to touch here. You can rub them together. And then keeping the palms touching or placing them on the heart. If there's any role that you can play or any kind of way that you can manage the circumstance to help transform the circumstance gently and positively. It might even just be a smile or a forgiveness or a gentle attitude. These things can diffuse a situation, so allowing yourself to consider where you can actually transform. Stay clear, not just in yourself, but in your relational dynamics. And smile to the thought of that. Takes practice, but perhaps this will serve as an anchor, this practice in the morning, to ground you through the day when it may come up. And then bowing the head, blinking the eyes open. Thanking yourself for practicing. Knowing that this morning time is so powerful and important. So if you want to access what we talked about in the webinar yesterday, which was morning practices that you can do as a sequence or one by one, if you still use the registration link in my bio, it will give you that access to that link for free as much as you like. And there's many actually through the Yoga Journal series that's free that are lovely if you'd like to watch. So wanted to share that as well. Thank you all. Thank you, Yoga Journal. Thank you so much to the morning, and I wish you a great rest of your day. Till tomorrow.